Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's video I want to focus on Microsoft's AI offerings. So if you look at the screen, so you can see there are 4 products under Microsoft's Dynamic 365 AI offerings. There are Sales Insights, Customer Service Insights, Connected Store. So in my previous video, I reviewed the pricing for the Dynamic 365 products. And also I have another video specifically focusing on the walkthrough for how to set up the customer insights. So the sales insights and customer service insights, they are within the Dynamic 365 sales and Dynamic 365 customer service product. And the connected store is the underlying AI technology for the retail solutions. So let's go back to our pricing page, then you can understand how they're structured. So the sales insights, you could see here, it's under the sales, the Dynamic 365 sales products. So it's kind of like a dashboard under the Dynamic 365 sales. And the customer insight is across the board. It's across all the products here. So it's under marketing, and it's under sales, it's under customer service, and under the field service and the field service customer insights. And yeah, operations, they didn't have this for the project service automation. So and also under the retail, you have the customer insights as well. And for that connected store is talking about this one. So for the retail solution, this retail is gonna be renamed to Dynamic 365 Commerce. So it will integrate both your physical stores and the digital channels. So that connected store is using the video camera and the sensors, the IoT sensors. So IoT is Internet of Things, are using those. So you need to have those hardware for that connected store AI functionality, because those video cameras and Internet of Things so the Internet of Things sensors, they both will provide the data input. They will capture the data and they will transmit the data to the connected store as the AI input for that insights for the connected stores. Okay, so that's how the products is structured for these insights. And if you attended the October Web 2 release, the virtual event launch, then you will have you might heard about the product insights. So the products insights is under the AI offerings as well, but because it's still under the preview, so Microsoft didn't put them in under this AI offerings yet. So this is the URL for this AI offering. So if you look at the product insights, then it's under the same URL, but Microsoft didn't put it under here because it's still a preview. It's still under preview. So it's not under the general availability yet. So that's why they didn't put it under here. But after it's general available of this product insights, then you will be able to see it under this AI offerings. But it belongs to the AI products, artificial intelligence. Okay, so I think let's take a look how this product insights look like. Let's just have a review of how this product's insight and take a trial instance to see how it works. But for the product insights, it will use the AIT sensor it will use the IoT sensors as well, the Internet of Things sensors, to collect the data from the products. So the idea here is like when the customers walk off the store, when the customers are operating on their own, then you do not know how their products operate and the product performance. So Microsoft want to provide a better customer service experience, so to be to change from reactive to proactive. So they're even like the customers are operating by their own, then you still have some IoT sensors installed on the products, so you can still collect those products information. For example, if it's a company which provide it's a service company which provide equipment to their customers, then they install the IoT device on those equipment for their customers, say some machines. And if the machine has any problem, then the data collected by the IoT sensor will report that, will give you alert and the product insights. So then this service company can know, can work proactively for their customers. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's try the preview version and to see how it looks like. Oh, so I think it's the same thing. So I need to use the Google Chrome instead of the Internet Explorer. That's why it's not loading. Okay, so let's open from here from the Google Chrome. Then yeah, so because it's single sign-on, so then it's automatically use my Office 365 credential and logged in. Okay, so we don't want to watch this video because we have an idea how this product insight works. Create a workspace for your team to collaborate in. Okay, so let's create a new team. So that, okay, so I just copy this. Okay, so we have this new workspace for our teams to work on. So it's called the product test. And there's no members. I'm the only members right now. Okay, and that's just create a new project on this. Okay, so the project will be called test product insight, for example. Okay, so then we have to add a signal to this. So this signal is the signal collected by your IoT device. So let's say my signal, let's add a signal, define a signal, create customized signals specific to your product by building properties and generate SDK code. Okay, so signal will be temperature alert. Okay, so we already created our temperature alert. And then after we created this, let's see what's our next step. So we created the signals, create first dashboard, new dashboard. Equipment temperature. Okay, let's see this. So the product insights, the structure is pretty simple. So first you create your team, you give it a name, and under team you created different projects. So like this one, automobiles, banking, refrigerators, each one of them are the projects. So if we go into any project, then you can see all the signals you configured. So because this sample team is a demo data from Microsoft, so actually Microsoft already have some Azure IoT devices like monitoring this equipment. Then you can see some data when you click on the signals. So you can see like for this one, there are some properties already configured. So all these like city type, current day of week. So all these listed here called properties. For each property, you can define the name of the property and so let's go just add it. We cannot add it because this is a demo data. So you can define the name of the property and then also define the data type. So what kind of a data type it is. So the name and data type. And so then after you define all these properties, then you can see them in your insights, in these visuals. So for these charts, also you can filter. So if you click on the view, then you can select the filters you want to see the data. If you don't want to see like the city type, you can remove this and update, then the city type will be gone. So this view define the filter. So that's just change it back. And then if you don't want to see all the data, you want to clear, start from scratch, then you can click on this clear. So I don't want to clear right now. And if you want to see how it looks like, then you can open the, so I'm gonna remove these two tabs because those are from the app simulator. So you can click on open app simulator, and because this is monitoring the car, then you can simulate when the car is running. Then you see on the top right hand side top the signals then it's sending to your Azure IoT hub. So then the data will be collected, then the product insights can connect to the Azure IoT hub to get this data and create insights. So it's a series of actions you can see there, and then you can simulate when you turn on AM, FM, how many signals is monitoring, and turn on the CD or turn on this SAT or AUX. Okay, and you can try to like this. One of them is the gas, one of them is the stop. So you can see when you click on those and what the signals is monitoring, and also you can change this. So I'm not quite sure what is this number represent, but it's some parameters on your car. So it means like it can monitor all the parameters on your car and send it to your data center. So then in the insights, so you have all these data like the VIN number of the vehicle and the type of the vehicle and the model, the year and the model, so that you can monitor multiple cars all at once. Then you can find those, like if you find some signal which you received, maybe like can indicate there's some issues with the car, then you can just you can share that to your co-workers. And another thing you can do is like you can click on explore. When you click on to monitor, so this is the measure. So I can change it to a different measure, and I can change it to VIN number. I can change it to model, right? Okay, so after I do that change, then if I'm satisfied with the with this chart I'm looking at, and I can publish to my dashboard. So when you click on publish, then you can publish, because this automobiles, this project is locked, so I cannot publish to that dashboard. I have to publish to not the demo data, because Microsoft does not want you to change their demo data. So then you can create your own project as a test, and then you can publish this dashboard to that project, to that team, I mean. So to that project under that the test team you created, and you can create a new page. You can create a new page or use the existing page. If you create a new page, then you give it a name. So vehicle. So like this one, vehicle A1 monitor. Okay, so then after you did that, after you create this new page, then you can publish. So then it's published into your dashboard. So now, so you can see, so because it's a new page, you can go to this. This is the default page is called new page, and you create a new page called the vehicle event monitor. So then you can see how it looks like on the new page you created. So if you don't give it a name, then it will use the default name called the new page. Then it doesn't make sense to you. You can rename this afterwards. Okay, and then you can embed, if you want to embed this dashboard you created to other Dynamics 365 applications, then you can click on embed page. Then it will create a URL. Then you can just copy this URL, then just add this to your application. Then you should be able to see this dashboard on your application. that's how you embed the page from product insights to other Dynamic 365 products. And let's go back to the original dashboard. Let's go back to this. So you can see one is for automobiles, and you have different signals you can test. So once you look at one, then you will know the others. Then for the banking, then you have different signals as well. Let's take a look at the banking. So this will use the property account age, those information. Then you see the chart. Then you can explore, and also there's one thing you can simulate. I'll show you the simulate in the test instance I created, because in this demo database it does not allow you to simulate. So I'll show you that in a few moments. Then the refrigerators, then you can see the signals as well. So then let's take a look at this. So then the share function is not available here, but I'll show you guys how to share from the instance I created. Okay, let's go back to this instance. This is the demo data, and this is the team. This is the team I created called the product test, and this is the project I created called test product insight. So I'm just gonna click on this test project. So I created one signal. So for example, in some companies they're still using on-premise servers, right? So if you want to monitor the server status just in case if in the winter the temperature is too low, then your server room will be overheated. Because like if you're using some air conditioner, then sometimes the AC will not work under very low temperature. So then your server room will be overheated because the AC does not work anymore. So then what I did, I click on add property, and I created the property called server name, and the type I selected the text, and you give it a description. I just copy the name to the description, so there's nothing straight. So for the server IP address, I did the same thing. The reason I'm using the text is because so you have a dot in between those numbers, so you cannot make a you cannot say this is a number, the data type is a number. You have to say text, otherwise it will not accept those dots in your between your numbers. So I created this, and the server name, server IP address, and the timestamp, and then you can see I have this information here. Then you can see the exact date and time. So there's some, I started this from 4:50 in this view, and there's some demo data created. So this chart is created by the simulate function. So what you do with the simulate is you set up your signal like 100 per minute is the frequency, and then you set up the server name. So I set up the server name. I give it server name like ECA SBR01, and then I put the IP address 192.168.10.83. Then you give it a temperature. So these are the temperature is another property I set up here. So those are the parameters that you can see in your simulator. So the temperature I entered is 80, and I give it 10% variation. Because of that, then I can see the simulated data, because then it just simulate when your service is running and the temperature is changing within the 10% range as the variation you set up there. Then when you click on simulate, then it will just the data will change according to what you set up there. So this is how you do the simulation. And I talk about explore because right now even I explore, this is a simulation data, right? And so if you think this data, so you can publish and you want to share with your coworkers. And another thing, you always drill down to the data. If you're interested in the data, you can drill down. And you can publish to your dashboard, and you see the suggestion here. Like if there's any gap on your data, then you can smooth the data. Then the AI the artificial intelligence will just fill in the gaps between the data, within this data label, and then you can click on publish. So when you publish, you select your dashboard, and you can give it a name. As I said, you create a new name. So this will be called the server monitor. Okay, so then let's publish this. Then you can see the server monitor, this page created. And so if you want to share this with your coworker, forgot to mention is the members. So you can set up, you can add the members to a group. So let's see, I'm adding another member, and so because after you add the members, then you can share the dashboard, the data insights you found interesting to other member. So then you guys can do the collaboration on those insights. So I added another one, another user. So let's see what we can do with this product test, this team. Then we go to this project and go to the signal and explore, then to see if we're able to share this to another user. So it seems like the preview version does not have the function, the features Microsoft video for product insight showed. So in that video, if you go to this, if you created your signal, then you explore, then you go to your after you explore, then you can save this. You can save these visuals to your and share to your coworkers. But it doesn't seem to have that button. So usually you can save, and then you can see, let's say, show and hide. So this show and hide doesn't do anything yet. So I guess they're trying to use this to for you to send your message to your coworkers. But because this is still under preview, so I think the product is still not complete yet. So in their video, then you will not see this show button, but you will see another button says like save. Then you can save that and put a comment and send it to your coworkers. Then it's fine. So I think this is pretty simple, and I do not think there's much like complicated, but just the hardware device. So I've emailed to a Microsoft engineer asking for this Azure IoT at Internet of Things device, like if there's any certified devices that Microsoft is using, and so for any customers they're interested in this, then where they can find those Azure IoT device to purchase. So they're saying currently Microsoft isn't available yet for purchase. So it's because the system is under the preview, and so those cameras are typically off the shelf IP cameras, and so their team uses Axis 3045 and Axis M5065 PTZ. So for the cameras. And so this email is talking about the Azure IoT device for the connected store. But for all these Microsoft Dynamic 365 Insights product, which use the IoT device, the device they use will be similar. They will use the video camera and the IoT sensors. So the device they use will be similar, but this is specifically for the connected store. So they're still making changes, and what they're saying is like right now Microsoft is still Microsoft implemented some the connected store for Marks and Spencers in UK. So then Microsoft will decide go to market one and may announce it next year, in January next year, or maybe if it's not announced that at that time, it will be around April or May. So yeah, so the hardware device which can be used is still not released yet. It seems like it's still under Microsoft's testing. But that's fine. We just had a review of how this product insight works, and so for this video, I think the purpose is like let everybody know like what is offered under the AI offering of Microsoft. And because product insight is not, so it does have product insight listed here. So let's go to this page. So under Microsoft's AI offering, so we can see the sales insights, customer insights, customer service insights, and virtual agent for customer service, and Dynamics 365 market insights and fraud protection, Dynamics 365 connected store, and the product insights. So let me compare this URL because when I look at this morning from my Internet Explorer, these options are different. So let me see if I'm under, oh, so this explains why it's different. So you could see what this is under here, and the URL is using US. So those insights are available in the US, but it's not available in the CA. You see this link is in CA. For the CA, the insights available is only the sales insight, customer insights. For Canada, I mean, only the sales insight, customer insights, customer service insight, and connected store. And what is available in the US, then you have more insights available. So you have the additional one, agent, virtual agent for customer service, marketing insights, fraud protection. So these three are additional. And because this product insights is still under preview, so it didn't show up. It's not available in Canada for sure, but Microsoft did put it under their US AI offering, but it's still under preview. Okay, so just clarify for the previous statement I made, it's depend on the different market. Depends on if you're under the US market or if you are in the Canadian market. So then the insight products has different availability. Okay, so I think that's everything I want to share in this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you guys again next time.